like where you reading that? But what's the that to get context, read up above. Like maybe you can start at verse. Because the point is in verse 21. But you can actually start up like around 14, the third verse. You start up, just read through.
Verse 3.
The point is that the point is in verse 21. We talking about sellouts. We talking about niggas that always were sellouts that would give you up to the enemy amongst our own nation, spies, whatever you want to call them.
They said it in the first chapter of the first book too.
Yeah. First Maccabees, the first chapter.
Yep, we said it there as well.
Wicked went out Israel.
Consented with the
wicked men. You can get that first, and then we'll go right to that.
Yep. First Maccabees 1. And let's start it up a good one there. Let me see. Yeah. I think it's right there. Yeah, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are departed, that are about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
It said wicked men that persuaded. How do they persuade them? Like we were saying, smooth words, gifts, the appearance of nice clothes, eloquent speech. They persuaded Jacob.
Their positions.
Their positions. So same thing. That was during the time of the Greeks ruling. So at the same time, the same thing's going to happen. It has happened, and it's going to happen in these times.
That could be like dudes that come into the truth, and then they start catching hell. They can't take it. They're like, fuck, man. When I was in the world, I was just doing better. Financially, everything was just better, So they're like, I'm good. I can't do it. They go sell out. That's it. They turn informants.
I like this, and then jump down to verse 40. It says something. It says, as had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, talking about when they destroyed the temple, it said, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. And they all were making up their own shit, but we had a covenant to keep our laws and our statutes and commandments. Right? So we shouldn't be moving on to nothing else, right? What does it say? Verse 43, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
That's that spirit of everybody else doing it, so shit, we might as well do it. I heard Jake say, about the jab, everybody's gonna have to get it eventually.
Yep.
That's the same spirit,
a well-known saying among Jake is if you can't beat them, do it. Let's beat them.
It's the whole
That was the point.
get along spirit, man.
Oh, that's another one. You got to choose the lesser evil.
Yeah.
That's what they try to say about Trump and Clinton.
Back in First Maccabees 11:3, it says, but as Ptolemy moved north, he stationed a detachment of troops.
I just want to make a quick point. This is a figure in history. You can Google this historical figure. Okay?
Secular history.
Secular history. So this is an account of actual things. So this happened. You got it, bro.
It's in the GNT, by the way.
Yep.
It says, when he reached Azotus, the people there showed him the burning ruins of the temple of Dagon and all the destruction in the city and the surrounding towns.
Dagon was fish god.
Or the Philistines.
Philistines, yeah.
There were corpses everywhere. The bodies of the men Jonathan had burned to death during the battle were now stacked up along Ptolemy's route. The people told him
was real zealous.
Yeah.
Real zealous for the word.
Hard.
Right?
The people told him what Jonathan had done, hoping that he would hold him responsible. But Ptolemy said nothing. Jonathan, with all the proper ceremony, went to Joppa to meet him.
They exchanged greetings and spent the night there. Jonathan accompanied him as far as the Eleutheris River before returning to Jerusalem. In this way, King Ptolemy, in his plot against Alexander, took control of the towns along the coast as far north as Seleucia by the sea. From there, King Ptolemy sent this message to King Demetrius: let's make a treaty. My daughter is now Alexander's wife, but I will take her back and give her to you and let you rule over your father's kingdom. I regret that I ever gave her to Alexander because he has tried to kill me. Ptolemy made this accusation against Alexander because he wanted to take over his kingdom. So he took his daughter away from Alexander and gave her to Demetrius. He broke off all relations with Alexander, and they became open enemies. Then Ptolemy entered Antioch and assumed the crown of Syria. So he wore both the crown of Egypt and the crown of Syria. King Alexander was in Cilicia at the time because the people of that region were in a state of rebellion. But when he heard what Ptolemy had done, he moved to attack him. Ptolemy met him with a large force and won a decisive victory. While Ptolemy reached the peak of his power, Alexander fled to Arabia to find protection. But an Arab named Zabiel cut off his head and sent it to Ptolemy.
Yeah, that was Alexander Balas.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 days later, Ptolemy himself died, and the troops he had left in the fortresses were being killed by the local citizens. So in the year 167, Demetrius II became king. About that time, Jonathan gathered the men of Judea to attack the fort in Jerusalem. They built many siege platforms to use in the attack.
So this is like a rebellion, like a revolt. You know, attack that fort, that tower, man. You know, the enemies they was on attack mode. Jonathan was like, no, we gotta do something about this. But watch what happens, boy.
But some traitorous Jews who hated their own nation,
Some traitorous Jews that hate their own nation.
went
Hey, we run into them. Most of the Christians are just regular street niggas. You know?
That's great. Yeah, you put the Christian and the street niggas in the same
Same
category.
boat. They're in the same boat.
Yeah.
But some traitorous Jews who hated their own nation went to King Demetrius II and told him that Jonathan was laying siege to the fort in Jerusalem.
They wasn't snitched.
Yeah.
They wasn't snitched on Jonathan, man. You know, it be your own people.
It's mainly our own people that come against us the strongest, the hardest in this truth. The nigga Christian out there trying to come against the Hebrew Israelites. You know? Or the niggas that the niggas that drive by talking shit. You know, gang members running up on the camps. And, you know, just niggas being demons. You know?
That's because they hate correction.
You
know?
This represents order up here.
They especially for men that they perceive that have no education, no status.
They got no niggas is broke. Y'all niggas is broke. Y'all ain't about to get some money.
You guys wearing dresses.
Yeah.
We had on choir garments. We was all stood perfectly in order, all singing in unison and shit. They would listen. We had lined up Cadillacs and Lincolns and Rolls Royces and shit. You know, nice, reasonably nice cars or whatever. They be with
Steve
it.
Harvey suit up under our road.
Should be on it, bro.
To be honest.
White man treasurer, need somewhere around
Oh,
to
yeah.
make it official. Should be with it.
They were listening.
Yeah.
Like what the scriptures say, when a rich man speaks, they extol it to the clouds.
Yep.
When that poor man speaks, they say, what fellow is this?
So how beautiful is that the Heavenly Father set it up that way? You know what I'm thinking of? That and Paul was said that, right?
I was thinking the Most High looking at you.
Exactly. Right.
I got
Is that the end of that? You got 20 minutes?
Read it. 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart.
Yep.
And this was going back to what this brother was reading earlier about when Israel wanted a king over. And the Most High was telling Samuel, don't look on his outward appearance, because what they wanted a tall, good-looking nigga like Saul.
Yep.
You know, he's tall, he's buff, he got a big beard and everything, and you know his
What's that?
muscles showing out of his garment and shit.
What's that poor nigga?
Cool.
The one that did the Lena plug?
Jason Love.
Jason Love type
Yeah,
dude, man.
I'm about to say Brian
That's what they
Pumper.
want, man.
Tattoos and shit.
Yeah.
Chains.
Yeah.
Shit. A nigga that, you know, like we want him to represent us.
Yeah.
A
They gonna
nigga.
listen to him. Yeah.
Like that was Jake, man. They wanted Barabbas.
Yep.
Yeah.
They get the murder.
Give us who's a nigga in jail right now? Give us Boosie, you know,
Yeah.
get that nigga out of jail. Or you know,
they would gladly trade one of
Yeah.
those.
let,
One of the
let,
apostles.
let Larry Hoover out of jail.
Yeah.
You know, let Big Meech out of jail. Let one of these niggas out of jail, and you know, and you can take your house shot. That's how these niggas was, man. Same today.
Because they want somebody after their own heart, man. So they can continue to do what they do without any reproof, without any correction.
Oh, what's the rapper nigga that just went? The chick.
Tory Lane.
Tory Lanez,
They'll
yeah.
gladly take that nigga.
They was out there protesting, you know, for Tory Lanez.
They always talk about free this, free that nigga, free this nigga.
Most of
And
these
the whole
niggas be
time
guilty.
this dude a murderer,
Yeah,
man.
most of these niggas be guilty.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, hell yeah. Niggas
Be
be guilty
guilty,
as shit,
bro.
man.
No one is guilty.
It's an oppressive system. Yeah, but
They
you
will
niggas.
let Young Thug out right now, bro.
Oh yeah.
This nigga out right now. You know?
They say they'll complain about it's an oppressive system, but you niggas
I don't know, dude.
y'all love this oppressive system. You know?
With Proverbs 17:15, he that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord.
I've chosen the weak things.
Jake his ass backwards like that.
Fucking abomination, man.
They'll condemn somebody that's righteous,
Yep.
but a nigga, hey,
Yeah.
you know,
This nigga off.
we gotta put him on our t-shirts.
Yep.
We gotta raise up a GoFundMe for this nigga. For what?
Hey, how many Jakes, and this is a bad analogy, but it makes sense though. How many Jakes hated LeVar Ball? And all he really did was talk a little shit on behalf of his sons and basically support his sons. That father system, but anytime you got Jake out there, look, but John Morant, you know what I'm saying? They still love John Morant though. It's crazy how our people make decisions on shit.
And the thing about it, John Morant, his situations stem from his father.
Yep.
And
Father ain't said shit.
They ain't said shit. This nigga going along with the ride. Like, hey, you supposed to nip that shit in the bud a long time ago, nigga.
You about to lose it all.
He thinking, you know, he acting like he the player. He in the league.
His daddy should be the one holding the heat anyway.
Right.
If he need heat like that where he from. Or maybe you just shouldn't be going there. Your daddy ain't got wisdom to tell you, hey, go get the champ.
You think your daddy would say, hey, shake these niggas.
Yeah.
Hey, shake these niggas that you hanging around. Stay away from these niggas, man. But, you know.
They ain't about playing ball. You shouldn't be around. That one.
1 Corinthians chapter 1, we'll start at 26. For ye see your calling, brethren,
Yeah.
how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called.
It's not after the flesh. It's after the spirit of men.
But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
And it's only like you go to 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, it says, we are despised, but we are blessed. We are, what's the other one? It says something, but we are noble. Well, not noble. What's the word I'm looking for? But we are basically saying that we're honorable, even though they despise us. That even though the world looks at us in a negative light, the Most High, the Spirit looks at us in a righteous light. Okay? You got it,
I'll get that next.
bro. Okay.
verse 28.